What does 903 inches look like anyway? Man, after our record-breaking year back in 2022-23, I took the time to visit some of my favorite landmarks, take some pictures, take some videos, because I knew it was a unique site and it was just an impressive site. And I wanted to have those photos and video because I wanted to remember what it was like. And now here I am. This is an outhouse. This is like an old historical outhouse. This is basically below Wildcat, kind of in between Wildcat and the mid station at Collins. It's in the trees, but I'm going to put a picture up, but I was standing on that roof, and it's not like I had to climb up to the roof. The snow level was pretty much right at the peak of that roof, and I just thought that was so impressive. And I even took a video of me standing up there looking down into that outhouse. So just super impressive. Like, I'm a visual guy. I mean, when you look at the numbers, 903 inches and, the 200 some odd inch base that we had that year, like, those numbers are a lot. But to me, being a visual person, just coming up and seeing stuff like this was completely buried. I always thought that was really cool. I thought it was just cool that, you could come up and see these features like in the summertime and see how big they are. And then you get all these massive snows and you see how much the snow just completely changes the landscape. It changes these landmarks, and I don't know, it's just really cool. So stick around. This video is going to be about checking out some of the cool landmarks around Alta, places you can visit. If you're going to visit here, you can check them out yourself. You can see about, where the snow is going to be. I mean, right now I think it's a 66-inch base, so it's a pretty, decent base. We're starting to get some good skiing around, but I mean, are we even remotely close to where we were at the end of 22-23? No. And what an amazing year that was, and it's cool to just relive that a little bit. And look, like, skiing is a lesson in letting go, and just kind of letting go to nature and letting go to the natural cycles of life, because it's so crazy how you can get up to these massive snow totals in late March and April, and you're like, it almost feels like an accomplishment, It's like, oh, we did it, right? But it doesn't matter how much snow there was, it's all going to melt. It's all going to melt no matter what. And when you come back around to the next season, it's like you're starting from scratch. And you really have to learn to let go of that snow and let go of that experience of all this deep snow areas and deep runs and areas that are usually like rocks and cliffs, but it's just like groomed runs pretty much where these rocks and cliffs normally are. So super impressive how much snow there was that year. And it is cool with skiing how you can't save it. It's not like all that snow is going to last till the next year. When you come to that next year, you got to start from scratch every single year. All right, ski around with me today. Let's go check out some cool spots around Alta, see how they looked in 22-23 compared to how they look today. Be sure to stick around till the end where we check out Alta's unofficial measuring stick. This is a really cool spot where people have put up their own little markers on historically big years, and you'd be surprised to see maybe 22-23 wasn't as record-breaking as people say. All right, let's keep skiing around the mountain and see what else we can find. One of the coolest spots you can check out at Alta, and I've nicknamed this the Birdhouse, and I think it's just such a cool design with that kind of upside down pyramid on the bottom and the pyramid on top. And look at this photo from 22-23. You can't even tell it has such a unique bottom to it. It's just completely buried. Even the deck over there is totally buried up over the top of the railings of that deck. And what a cool spot to come check out and compare and look and see how different it looks this year compared to 22-23, and how really even on a normal year, I mean, the snow ends up kind of equal with that deck on that house. And it's just cool how they have, a summer entrance and a winter entrance and stairs that you don't even use in the winter because the snow ends up so high. And really just going over to Cabin Hill off of Sugarloaf and checking out all of those homes. It's just such a cool thing to check out and see all the snow piled up on the roofs of these homes. And certainly they're built for the added weight of all that snow that comes from year to year. But 22-23 really was an extreme when it comes to snow on top of these roofs. And obviously they can handle it, because I mean, you look at how much snow are on these roofs and how much snow was piled up next to the house, and how you can see that, the landscape is just totally different in years like that. So really cool to see, really cool to check out. All right, let's keep skiing around the mountain and see what else we can find. Man, the backside. I mean, what a cool spot to look at, especially when you realize how much real estate, like early season, you can't really ski on the backside, especially all the lower stuff where all those trees and willows are. I mean, there's just stuff in the way. Whereas, in a few weeks, we get some more snow, maybe even another avalanche hits that lower stuff. Those trees, you won't even be able to see them. You're just going to be skiing that like it's just a normal run. And that happens year after year, especially on the good years. Check out this picture from 22-23. That mountain is caked. I mean, you can't even tell that there's trees on that lower area. It's just a run. It's just a ski run. And there's so much more real estate to ski when you have a ton of snow. And that's just kind of what we're used to here at Alta. We're used to a lot of snow. We're used to big areas like this just being covered up. So they're powder runs. I mean, it's not a tree run, it's a powder run. So really cool spot. I love looking at this spot year after year. It always looks different. And this year is no different with, the low snow and low beginning that we've had. I mean, things were already looking quite a bit better, and can't wait to get up there and ski it pretty soon. Another really cool spot is over on Greeley Hill, where you see all those willows over there. And like from here, they just look like little bushes. Little bushes? These aren't little bushes. These are giant willows. These are like 15, 20 feet tall. But the thing is like it snows a lot here, and usually by this time of year, this whole slope is totally covered in snow, and we're just skiing right down the center of it. But it takes a little while. You can see, I mean, look right here. You can see the heavy snow is really, weighed down the boughs of these willows, and another storm, and these are totally going to be covered. So you can see how it happens pretty quick. An avalanche might come down from up above, and that'll take these out in just one swoop. So, there's a lot of things that happen around here to, cover up these ski runs, make them more skiable, and it makes this whole slope so much bigger to ski down. I mean, early season, you really have to pick a side, left or right of it, go down the gully over there. Ain't no skiing down the middle of these right now, that's for sure. Really cool spot to check out. I mean, when you're here at Alta, I mean, this is a really popular run. I mean, we're on home runs, so you pass this, pretty much every time, and you can come by here, check out this hill, and see. Really, just as like it's a good gauge of how the year is going. And some years, like those have been gone for weeks. Sometimes it's worse than that, and I mean, this year it's been a pretty slow year, so it's going to take a few more storms to cover those up. But it's definitely a cool spot to check out. The mini forest. One of my favorite places on the mountain. I mean, West Rustler, there's no better place to be when the wind picks up and there's some wind buff at Alta. But the little bit of trees right there, we call the mini forest. It's such a cool little spot. There's cool little jumps in there, cool little lanes and stuff in between those little trees. But what was really cool about 22-23, man, that thing disappeared. I mean, you can see in this photo, there's a few little treetops left of the mini forest back then, but that thing was pretty much gone. So pretty cool to see. And man, if you ever ski at Alta, you're on West Rustler, better ski the mini forest. All right, let's check out some more. So here we are, Wendell's Bird Feeder, and this is a really popular spot. Many people know about it. This also really serves as Alta's unofficial measuring spot, because there's this busted off stump right here. I don't know, it's about 20 feet tall, but it has a bunch of these little tags in it, and each tag is from one of our mega years in the past, and 2023 is up there, 2011, I'm not sure, I think 2009. I mean, there's a bunch of big years up there, but there's a tag up there for the 903 inch year, 2022-23, and guess what? It's not at the top. 2011 is higher, and I was around for 2011, and I was here, and boy, I feel like it snowed more that year. And but there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of wind, there's a lot of ways you can measure snow, there's a lot of different parts of the mountain you can measure snow at. So who knows, this is just one spot of many, but one thing's for sure is that tag 2011 is much higher than 903 from 22-23. So take that as you will. Maybe there's a good chance that maybe a big avalanche came off of Baldy and came in here and put a couple extra feet of snow in here. Who knows? I mean, I'll have to look back in the archives and check that out. But really cool spot, just cool to see. It's cool that people do this. It's cool that people put little marks in places just to see how much snow there was in years past, and measure it upon other years. But, I think it's just really cool that, I was standing next to this and, tapping the top with my hand, just standing here. So we got some work to do, that's for sure. Back again, had to check it out. 2011, still above the snow. 03, still above the snow, but close. Not quite best ever yet in here, but it's been a good 12 years since I could touch the top of that. Hope you liked skiing with me, checking out some of these cool spots at Alta and Snowbird, seeing what an amazing year we had, 22-23. I hope it doesn't make anybody too worried about things the way snow is this year, but that's just the way nature it is. You're going to have good years and bad years and average years, and that's just the way it is. So one thing's for sure, we're going to be out here skiing no matter what. So that's it for this week's episode. Thanks for dropping in.